I'm just gonna start by saying this. Karrion Killer Cross, Kevin Cross, that's my guy. We know his capabilities. We know what's going on, the temperature. WWE right now would be some goddamn idiots if they let this man go. Especially with TKO taking over, because you see, as we know, ticket prices are up, merch prices are up, everything's up, more events. Like, it's all about money, 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 money. They got sponsors up the ass. It's getting ridiculous. So for somebody that's bringing in money, getting attention, and bringing in a lot more passionate fans, and the merch sales are ridiculous, they're not letting them go. Okay. But I'm going to tell you what's happening here in a second. But there's no way, if TKO stands on business, which they do, I think we've all realized that, Karrion Kross, Killer Kross, is not gone from the company. Now, here's where it gets deep. If you want to deep dive into it, welcome to Kayfabe Friends. We talk about Kayfabe. When they dropped WWE Unreal, everybody was bitching. Internet's always bitching. Y'all always bitching about something. Oh, no, they're killing Kayfabe, killing Kayfabe. We're, I think, hip to what's going on. And me personally, I love seeing the behind the scenes because I love the business of professional wrestling and how it comes together. I love the creativity, the structure. Like, if you know anything about business, I love watching that type of shit. So I want to see what's going on. When Beyond the Mat came out, that was the first glimpse behind the scene, and I was like, all right, I just fell even more in love because you see the inner workings of it. When I was a kid, oh, don't tell me shit. Like, this is all real to me. There's nothing fake about this. I didn't want to know any. I didn't want to be disproven that wrestling was real. But as an adult, as a fan, as a grown goddamn man, we know it is what it is. It's entertainment. It's sports. It's magic. It's a whole different breed. So showing behind the scenes is, to me, that's the magic right there. And anybody, if you're trying to be in the business, it's helpful. If you're trying to run your own promotion, it should be super helpful because they're giving you a playbook of how shit's ran. It's not just one person sitting in the office saying this is what's going down. It's a creative team that's doing what's best for business. I love seeing that shit. I love seeing how stories come together because I'm a creator. I love to create, and I love to see creativity come together. So it's a beautiful thing. So when they drop that Unreal, everybody starts bitching and moaning and crying, and everybody got something to say always. With that, the talk of kayfabe being dead. Kayfabe's dead. Well, kayfabe, I mean, we all, if you know, I've talked to wrestling fans that didn't even know what kayfabe meant. All right, so do your homework. All right, like, you got to get entrenched in this game. But they're saying kayfabe is dead. Well, okay. So now we got the Karrion Kross situation. Here's a guy here who is earning money for the company, more money for himself. The crowds are going nuts for him. They're putting him on main event. They're making him lose matches. He's getting a little backstage stuff. But even with that, he's number one merch seller. The crowd's going ape shit for him. He just dropped a book. He just did a movie. Like, Karrion Kross, Killer Kross, Kevin, he's on fire. So they didn't let him go. But also knowing Karrion Kross and just the way he came up in the business, he's a creative mind. Very creative, very methodical. He's a deep cat. So who better than to pull off the biggest work in professional wrestling history than Karrion Kross? We saw him dabble in the water with R-Truth. He got fired. We brought him back. Oh, that was a work. That was a work. We was just working, y'all. Full of shit. Full of shit. Not the truth. Like, R-Truth probably got let go, and then they brought him back. So here we are with that. You got Unreal. And who better to say, what if we use this to bring back kayfabe? right? Bring it back strong. So now you got even the wrestlers who are on their podcast talking about, yeah, they let him go. I can't believe they did that. Why would you do that? And getting all pissed and huffy. You got them believing. But that's the beauty of professional wrestling, is not knowing and thinking maybe it's a work, maybe it's a shoot. That's the nature of the business. But I think that the way they take this, in light of the Unreal situation, is they'll be able to come back, and they may not even hip anybody to it ever, which will make it the greatest work ever. Karrion Kross will be back in due time. There's nothing that says that WWE can't give him a contract that says you can go work other dates, other companies will approve it. Maybe they won't approve it, but you got this much. We're going to pay you so much during this time, and just build this shit up. And we're going to drag it out. And as they come to the conclusion of Kross coming back, I think that's the end goal. Like, he's going to get out there and make us believe so much that he got let go, him and Scarlett, that we're going to keep chanting and keep wanting it. Because if there was a slight chance that we thought this was a work, we may lose interest and dissipate and like, okay, you know, you're trying to work us and shit. And here we are trying to support you. So I think when he went on Ariel Awani's podcast and said, you know, this is a shoot, I'm being honest with you, I think that was part of the work. What's he gonna say? Nah, it's a work. All right, you got me. No, this is the nature of the fucking business we love. All right, it's that I don't know what's going on. Could it be this? Could it be that? And they're giving it to us 100%. So, like The Rock said, sit back and enjoy the ride The Rock is taking you. Sit back and enjoy the ride that WWE Karrion Kross is taking you on. I have no doubt in my mind that he will be back. He's not even gone. He's still there. He's still there. I mean, I noticed on Instagram they took his theme song down, and now he's got a new theme song. I know this creative process. Like, he's building something bigger. And in order to do that, you got to deep dive into this work shoot thing and become that killer. So when he returns, it's a whole nother level. Because right now, if they put him on, he just had that feud with Sami Zayn. Yeah, whatever. Good stuff. But where does that go? Where does that lead? And I think the problem could be with everything that's going on is, what is that right story for Karrion Kross to be the guy? You can't just give him a belt because we want to give him a belt. It's not how shit works. It's got to make sense to it. It doesn't always have to make sense, but it should make sense. And I'm sure that he's patient enough to say this could make sense. So what is that angle? If he right now was, re-signed and back in it, how does he climb that ladder? What's that feud? Who does he feud with? What's the beef? What's the goal? What's the angle? You tell me. Leave it in the comments below what you think. But I think that through this work situation, he's just going to build it up, and he can come back. He can come back with that much energy and magic behind him, that if he comes back after pulling off this successful work and keeps it a work, and we just keep chanting, keep supporting, keep hashtagging, keep sharing, keep interviewing him, he's going to come back and he could walk into the main event picture. He can come in, whoop Roman Reigns. He can come in, he can slap the shit out of Seth Rollins, and it would make sense to us because that's what we want to see. So I think that it's all part of the plan. I don't think, I know this is all part of the plan. This is what's happening. This is professional wrestling, and that's why we love it. So every time everybody says kayfabe is dead, well, what do you got to do? You got to evolve what kayfabe means and how it's portrayed. So some of y'all are going to get your feelings hurt when he comes back and he worked you, but I don't think they'll let you know it was a work unless the next season of WWE Unreal exposes that, which I would say probably not the best idea, because this could be the biggest thing, one of the biggest things to ever happen in professional wrestling if it's pulled off correctly, and keeping that air of mystery and mystique of what it could be. So, and a slight chance, maybe I'm full of shit here, slight chance that he's gone. say it is a shoot, he's legitimately gone, and WWE said, yeah, we don't want to make money. Yeah, we don't want popular superstars. Get the fuck out of here. Number one, they didn't say that. Just repeat that to yourself and tell me if that makes sense. But if they did, okay. I wish Karrion Kross all the best, and he's going to bounce back. He's got so many irons in the fire and so much potential. Like, I ain't worried. It's just a matter of what he does next, not if he does something next. So y'all need to get over it. And regardless if that was the case, and we want Kross, you can get him wherever, support him wherever he goes. That's it. Not, I don't watch AEW. Oh, why did he go to TNA? I don't, you know what I'm saying? If we support him, we support him. I support him. And I support the greatest work, one of the greatest works in WWE history. And I'm talking about the Karrion Kross getting let go situation. It's a work. There you have it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish my beer. I'm going to save these, and we're going to wrap up, man. I got to get some sleep and pack up. I'm headed to the Plaza tomorrow to kick this thing off, the 59th annual Cauliflower Alley Club reunion. I want to thank you for tuning in. I'm going to be doing this a lot. I'm just going to be giving you different takes and talking about things that cross my mind, and why not? So I ask that you subscribe, hit that like button, get active in the comment. You think I'm full of shit? If you think I'm full of shit, well, let me know, man. Let's talk it out and make me think otherwise. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, I'm the David Difference, and that's the difference.